Welcome in to Klein Scott Field. It is Dodge City A's and Newton Rebels. It is game one of the doubleheader. Justin Cruz set to lead off for your Dodge City A's. He'll take a first pitch outside ball at 6:03 p.m. And we're underway. Cruz sends one. It's grounded to the shortstop. The line drive out for out number one.
Up next for Dodge City, the shortstop, number 19, Kane Carlos.
That'll bring in Kane Carlos. Carlos will take ball one. The 2-2 count to Carlos. The Eastern Arizona product for the Dodge City A's is hitting in the 2-hole tonight. Moving up from the 9-hole last night against the Hayes Larks. Carlos sends one. It's a fly ball out into the area of a triangle, but pulling it down is the shortstop Smith, and that is out number two.
Up next for the A's, the left fielder, number 9, Zach Hoskins.
So that'll bring up Zach Hoskins. Hoskins has not played in a while, getting his first at bats in several games. The 3-hole hitter, he'll start off with ball number one. Hoskins completed his junior seasons at Lake Erie, comes from Tallmadge, Ohio. Count 2-0. A's playing a doubleheader non-conference game today. They play another one tomorrow at Derby. Hoskins is ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. The A's, they had a bad night at the ballpark last night, falling 20-2 against the Hayes Larks. The 3-0 pitch misses high. It's a 4-pitch walk, and that will bring up Ryan Buckley. 1 on and 2 away for Buckley.
Playing first base, number 10, Ryan Buckley.
Buckley, the redshirt sophomore from Lake Erie, comes from Mishawaka, Indiana. Throw over to first, not in time. So we have a doubleheader here today. This is game one. We're starting an hour earlier than normal. So pitch misses low and outside. 1-0 pitch is a called strike, and the runner goes to second. This swiping tag not in time. So the A's getting started early with the stolen bases. We'll take a look at some of those stats here later in the ball game. A's, they've been a stealing machine throughout the season. Hoskins getting his lead off of second, and the pitch misses a little bit outside for ball 2. Tomohiro Hidaka on the mound for the Rebels as the pitch catches a zone and evens a count at 2 apiece. 2-2 pitch. Rebels with their red tops today, says Rebels across the front in white, a swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. The A's strand 1, and we're headed to the bottom of the first. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Klein Scott Field. As it is 0-0. We're headed into the bottom of the first. It is Jaden Andrade getting the start on the mound tonight for your Dodge City A's.
Leading off for the Rebels, the second baseman, number 9, Jordy Lopez. Jalen Humbles on deck, Jake Smith in the hole.
Jordy Lopez gets the lead off for the Rebels. Andrade starts him off with ball number 1 inside. Jaden Andrade, the freshman from Feather River College, comes from Honolulu, Hawaii, getting the start for the A's. Lopez sends a ball down the left field line and foul that will even the count at 1 apiece. Grounded to the shortstop, Carlos. The throw to first is wild. That is the first error of the ball game for the Dodge City A's.
For the Rebels, the center fielder, number 2, Jalen Humbles. Jake Smith waits on deck, Jeffrey Neal in the hole.
That brings up Jalen Humbles with 1 on, nobody out. 1-0 count. Andrade takes a look over at first. The A's with their yellow tops tonight. So Andrade misses outside, and that'll move the runner over to second. A 3-1 pitch will miss outside, and that walks a runner on. Puts runners on first and second for Newton with nobody out, and brings up Jake Smith. So the first two batters for Newton reach safely, and only A's, they need to figure a few things out. An error and a walk already here in the early part of the ball game. A's just need to tighten up a few things and settle down. They'll be all right. Pitch outside, a throw down to third, rolls out into the outfield, and that will score a run. The throwing error.
Safe at home, brought to you in part by Union State Bank, where your money is always safe with us. Union State Bank, member FDIC.
Two balls and two strikes. The count to Jake Smith. The pitch misses low. The count runs full. The ball gets away from Hammond, so it'll go as a passed ball that moves Humbles over to third. Payoff pitch, grounded at the shortstop Carlos. The throw to first is high, so it will get a runner on.
Up next for the Rebels, the designated hitter in the cleanup spot, number 8, Jeffrey Neal. Rayshawn Dorsey waits on deck, Casey Lowe in the hole.
Ball one to Neal, and Smith steals over to second. So another runner in scoring position, and the Rebels lead at 2-0. A rocket down the left field line and going foul. That will even the count at 1. Jeffrey Neal at the plate for the Rebels. 1-1 pitch. 2 errors already in the game for the A's as Andrade finds the zone and gets the strike call and has Neal down in the count 1-2. The A's already find themselves down 2 in this 7-inning ball game. Today is a Both games here tonight, 7-inning affairs. The pitch, looked like Neal started to throw his bat at it, but it is a ball outside and evens a count at 2. Neal sends one up the first base line, fielded by Buckley, and he'll go to the bag himself for the 3-U ground out. And that is one away for the Rebels. Brings up Rayshawn Dorsey. Dorsey takes a pitch outside. Andrade has thrown 20 pitches so far in the ball game. Pitch again misses outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Swung on and missed. Count moves to 2-1. The A's opt to play the infield in. The entire infield in on the infield grass. So pitch is outside, it bounces, and that will score another run. Rebels have scored 3 runs, but only have 1 hit. A leadoff error, a walk. Grounded by a chopper. The throw to first, not in time. So after a quick conversation, the play at first is ruled safe, so 1 on for well, Jayton Andrade, he has a 2-0 record for the Dodge City A's. As that pitch misses low, it's 3 balls and 1 strike, no strikes. Andrade, he's struggled to keep it around the zone here in the early part of the ball game. Rebels have already scored 3 here in the bottom of the first. Pitch, this is outside. It's a 4-pitch walk. So Andrade with 28 pitches already in the ball game, 11 have been strikes. You can do the math at So that brings in Caden Ehart. So it's Hoskins, Cruz, and Huff from left to right in the outfield. Johnson, Carlos, Silverio, and Buckley third to first across the infield. Hammond got the start behind the plate. Jaden Andrade on the mound, and they called strike to start off to Ehart. This is the first batter Jaden Andrade threw a first pitch strike. A's would love to turn a double play if they could get one. Pitch misses inside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1. Through the right side, and here comes the wave home. The Rebels lead it 4-0. During this mound visit, let's go ahead and thank some of our sponsors: the City of Dodge City and Ford County, the Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas, Curbs Law Office, and Lewis Automotive Group. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Well, the Newton Rebels have sent 7 to the plate so far. 6 have reached safely, and they lead the game 4-0 at this point. Not the start to the night that the Dodge City A's want. Starting to look a lot like the flatlined offense from last night. Brings in Spencer Goldston. Runners on first and second with 1 away, and the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. Another first pitch out of the zone for Jaden Andrade. So in 8 batters, he's delivered a first pitch strike to 1. Andrade gets a swing and a miss there, though, and it will even the count at 1 apiece. Andrade last pitched against the Denver Cougars back on June the 20th. A pitch fouled up the line and goes out of play. Down in the count, 1-2. He went 5 innings in that ball game. He's pitched 16 innings overall on the season, has a 5.06 ERA. Goldston fouls off another one. Count remains 1-2. Andrade's thrown 36 pitches already in the ball game. We're in the bottom of the first. The pitch. Home plate umpire says it was high for ball 2. That'll be a hit by pitch, and that loads the bases. They'll bring up Alex Downing as the Rebels have now sent the entire order to the plate in the bottom of the first. Rebels lead at 4-0 on 3 hits. Bases loaded for Alex Downing. Downing takes a first pitch strike. Called strike on the outer edge of the zone. Andrade, he works from the first base side of the rubber. The freshman from Feather River College. It's a fly ball. It's twisting and going and will fall foul. And that gets Downing down in the count 0-2. The pitch misses outside. It's 1-2 strikes. Can't really see in. It looks like there might be someone in the Dodge City A's bullpen, but it's shaded by the dugout and trees, and I can't see down there. The pitch grounded past the third baseman, Makai Johnson. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. The throw is cut off on the infield.
Safe at home 2 times. Brought to you in part by Union State Bank. Your money's always safe at home with us. Union State Bank.
Well, the A's find themselves in a 6-run hole now as Newton turns the lineup over. And that returns us to the top of the order with Jordy Lopez. He led off the inning with an error. Still just 1 away, and this game is starting to have eerie feelings of last night at Hayes. Hayes scored 6 in the bottom of the second. Andrade's now thrown 44 pitches, and what is definitely not the start that the A's wanted from their starting pitcher. Pitch is fouled off and out of play. Moves the count to 2-1. Still just 1 away. Runners on first and second for the Rebels. The A's have got to find a way to get an out. A double play ball would be even better. Pitch misses high. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch coming from Andrade as he fires in. It's high and over his head, and that loads the bases again. Rebels have now sent 11 to the plate in the inning as they've batted around, and that brings in Jalen Humbles, who walked on his last time up. 11 batters have gone to the plate. 6 have scored. Lined out into right field. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. The throw in is to second, and he stays on the RBI double. Well, the A's go ahead and pull the infield in as Jake Smith comes up to bat and singled the last time he was up. 5 hits in the ball game for the Rebels. It is a 1-0 count. Two balls and no strikes the count now. 12th batter of the inning, and man, does this one already have feels from last night. High fly ball out to right field. That will allow the runners to tag up and scores another run. The A's are down 9. 2 away, but another out. That brings in Jeffrey Neal, who was the first out of the ball game, first out of the inning. Down in the count, 0-1. Neal, the DH for the Newton Rebels. He'll take a strike inside. Finds himself down in the count, 0-2. A's are down 9 runs on 5 hits for the Rebels. That'll be the strikeout. That'll end the inning, and the bleeding is over for this inning. We're headed to the top of the second. A's down 9. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Silverio grounds out to Dorsey for the first out of the inning, and the A's, they can ill afford to have those kinds of unproductive outs, especially early in at-bats. Hidaka delivers a called strike to Huff. Paxton Huff now up for the Dodge City A's. 1 away in the top of the second. The A's, well, they're in a 9-run hole now as Huff sends a high fly ball to left field, over the wall, and gone. So the A's get on the board with a solo shot over the left field wall, and they trailed 9-1. So that brings up Kevin Hammond. Huff, by the way, from Prairie View A&M, played his junior season. Kevin Hammond, a redshirt freshman from Lipscomb University, comes from Keller, Texas. He's down in the count, 0-1. As the pitch from Hidaka misses low and will even the count at 1 apiece. Hidaka with the 1-1. Hammond comes up empty. tried to check swing, but goes around, and Hammond is down in the count 1-2. Hidaka fires in. It's low to even the count at 2. Two-two pitch. Hammond will foul that one off to stay alive. Count will remain 2. Hammond, a line drive right back at the third baseman. Goes down to a knee and takes it in, and that is out number 2.
Up next for Dodge City, the third baseman, number 30, Makai Johnson.
That'll bring in Makai Johnson. Daka misses outside to Johnson. It's 1 ball and no strikes to count. One one. Johnson goes around and is down in the count 0-2, 1-2. Pitch. Everybody but home plate umpire thought it was strike 3, but it is ball 2, evens a count at 2. 2-2 delivery coming. That one's strike 3, and that will end the inning, and we're headed to the bottom of the second. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Well, Rayshawn Dorsey is set to lead off here in the bottom of the second. The Rebels sent 13 to the plate in the bottom of the first. They scored 9 runs. They lead at 9-1. 2-0 the count to Dorsey as Andrade back on the mound, and another free pass issued. Three base on balls and 2 hit by pitches already in the ball game. The A's can ill afford to give up free passes aplenty as they have been. 1 on with nobody out, and Casey Lowe, who walked on his last time up, heading the count 1-0. Dorsey gets a lead off and scampers back to first. Lowe fouls off the pitch from Andrade, who is now at 60 pitches in the ball game. A's trailing 9-1. Three balls, 1 strike to Casey Lowe. The pitch comes in and hits him in the back, and that will put runners on at first and second. So just like the top of the bottom of the first, the Rebels get their first 2 aboard, and the A's are going to the bullpen early, trailing by 8. So that'll finish the night for Jaden Andrade. He's going to be replaced by Jacoby Radcliffe. Radcliffe has never pitched for the Dodge City A's, so the A's are going to the bullpen for someone that has not been on the mound. We'll take a step aside and come back after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, 2 on and nobody out. The A's trailing Kobe Radcliffe, who took over the mound, delivers a strike to Caden Ehart. Ehart fouls that one off. Finds himself down in the count 0-2. The A's, they've got to do something to slow things down here before this one gets any more out of control. The 0-2, Radcliffe will miss outside. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. We have a doubleheader set tonight. This game, we're 45 minutes into this one already. Set for a doubleheader as that pitch is fouled off. Count remains 1-2. The 1-2 delivery from Radcliffe is a fly ball headed out into the gap in right center. Diving attempt, it gets away from Cruz. 1 run will score. Here comes the second, stopped at third base, so the Rebels now lead at 10-1. Still nobody out. That brings in Spencer Goldston. Goldston was hit by pitch the first time he was up. He'll take a called strike. Finds himself down in the count early, 0-1. 0-1 delivery coming up. Radcliffe getting his first experience on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Chopped to Radcliffe. They'll make the toss to first for out number 1. So that'll bring up Alex Downing. Downing singled the last time he was up, hit one through the left field side. Radcliffe, as best I can find, did not pitch for Southern University. He did play there, was an outfielder. Delivers a called strike to Downing. The 0-1 misses outside and low. Hammond doing a good job at trying to keep things ahead of him. Grounded to the shortstop, Carlos. They'll go to first. Overthrown. Kane Carlos having a hard night tonight as another error on the Dodge City A's. Runners on the corners with one away for Jordy Lopez. We're back at the top of the order again for the Newton Rebels. Lopez, an error and a walk. Pitch misses outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Eleven to 1 Newton Rebels as Lopez pops one up. It's going out in towards right center in the gap. Tried about tagging up did Ehart, but it is just out number 2. Brings up Jalen Humbles, who doubled the last time he was up. Hit one through the right field side. Walked on before that. Third trip through the batting order for the Rebels is Radcliffe will miss outside. 1-0 pitch. Radcliffe gets a fly ball headed towards right field. Bounces off the wall. That'll score 2 more. It clears the bases and is a 2 RBI double. That brings up Jake Smith. The Rebels, they lead at 13 to 1. This game has a lot of feels like last night where the A's dropped the game to the Hazelarks 20 to 2. Radcliffe misses outside to Smith. He moves ahead in the count 1-0. Radcliffe has thrown 16 pitches so far in the ball game. One misses outside, makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Radcliffe getting his first experience on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Of course, they can do that, trying to save some of their rotation for league contests, which will come up later in the week when the A's travel and host the Liberal BJs. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. These are non-league contests, so the A's can do some different things. That was ball 4, and that walks a runner on and brings up Jeffrey Neal. Neal struck out his last time up. Neal was the first and third out in the bottom of the first for the Rebels. Pitch is fouled off by Neal. Finds himself down in the count 0-1. Nine in the first, 4 so far in the second as Neal sends one out towards right field, or center field actually. Pulling it down is Cruz, and that will end the inning. We are headed to the top of the third. The A's trail 13 to 1. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Devon Polk leads off in the top of the third for the Dodge City A's. They're completing their first trip through the batting order. Polk takes that one, drives it up the first baseline and foul. Down in the count, 0-2. Polk came in and pitched last night for the Dodge City A's. Was not able to record an out in his outing. Getting the night as a DH tonight. Polk, the freshman from North Central Texas College from Granite, Oklahoma. He'll ground one up the first base line again, taken by the first baseman, and it will be out number one. Again, the A's can ill afford unproductive outs, especially in a shortened ball game like this, and especially early in at bats. So that'll turn the lineup back over to Justin Cruz, who hit into a line drive his first time up. It was a line drive right back at the shortstop, Jake Smith. Cruz steps up. He's batting .778 on the season. Pitch misses high to him for ball one. Cruz takes ball two. Hidaka has thrown that one, misses inside. Hidaka's thrown 38 pitches in the ball game. As that pitch is popped up, goes foul and out of play, and has Cruz in the count at 3-1 strike. Correction, Cruz is batting .615. The stats had not updated after last night's ball game. Pitch misses high. It's a 5-pitch walk, and the A's have a runner aboard for Kane Carlos. Carlos 0 for 1. He flew out the last time he was up. Carlos steps up. He's batting .268 on the season for the A's. A's would really like to get something out of this. They're down 13-1. The run rule would be in effect if the A's can't get anything going by the 5th. 10 after 5 and a 7-inning ball game is the run rule. Both games today will be 7-inning affairs. 1-0 count to Carlos. King Carlos, by the way, freshman from Eastern Arizona, comes from Ava Beach, Hawaii. The 1-0 from Hidaka misses high. It's 2-1 strike, and now Hidaka struggling a little bit to find the zone. He's at 42 pitches now in the ball game. The pitch, Carlos grounds it up the third base line, but goes foul and falls in the count 2-1. Just over the hour mark, we're in the top of the third for the Dodge City A's. Game one of a doubleheader here tonight in Newton. Buckle up, folks. Probably will be a late one. Hidaka misses outside, and it's 3-1 strike. Carlos pops one up, and it's not going to go anywhere as it's pulled down by the second baseman Lopez for out number 2. So that'll bring in Zach Hoskins. He walked on his last time up. Hoskins batting .480 on the season. Hoskins last played against the Great Bend Batcats back on June the 25th was his last appearance. Throw over to first was not in time. Two away in the top of the third. The A's trailing 13-1. They have a runner on, and Hoskins fouls off the pitch. Finds himself even in the count at 1. Hidaka is on for his third inning of work. Coming up empty on the Hidaka offering is Hoskins. He's down in the, or even in the count at 2. It's Deuces Wild across the top of the scoreboard. Hoskins makes contact, sends one out into the center field gap. Cruz rounds second. He's going to third. The throw home. And that will score a run. Cruz scores from first, and the A's now down 13-2. That brings in Ryan Buckley. He went down swinging his last time up. Buckley batting .219 on the season. Takes a pitch outside from Hidaka. Buckley sends one out towards left field, but it will be pulled down by the center fielder Humbles ahead of the warning track, and that will end the inning. 13-2 Rebels. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back to Klein Scott Field. As it is the bottom of the third. The A's down 13-2. Rayshon Dorsey set to lead off for the Newton Rebels. Dorsey was hit by pitch the last time he was up. So Dorsey steps up. The Rebels in the middle part of their order here in the bottom of the third. 13 runs on 7 hits, no errors for the Rebels. He'll take a ball outside and moves ahead in the count 1-0. Something the A's have not done very well in the last couple of games is get ahead in counts. They tend to find themselves behind, and issuing the free pass has been an issue as ball 2 is issued to Dorsey. Dorsey moves ahead 2-0. The pitch called strike. Two balls, one strike, the count to Dorsey. Grounded up the third base line. It's a fair ball that will roll out into the outfield. Dorsey rounds first, but will retreat back, and it's a leadoff single. Brings up Casey Lowe, who is walking hit by pitch, so no official at bat yet for him. So he's received 2 free passes. Pitch misses high for ball 1. One-0 off the end of the bat, foul and out of play. Will even the count at 1. One coming up from Radcliffe. Of course, as we said earlier, well, if that actually did hit him, it might have very gently grazed him. And I mean gently. So that'll bring in Caden Ehart, 2 on, nobody out. Third inning in a row that the Rebels have worked runners on with nobody out early in the at-bats. Pitch is a called strike. Ehart fouls that one off. Finds himself down in the count 0-2. He's singled and doubled. Radcliffe looks in and has his sign. Takes a look back at second. Dorsey with a big lead off of second. The pitch misses low. Hammond keeps it ahead of him. One ball and 2 strikes account. The A's catchers, well, they've been beat up. The pitching staff definitely owe their catchers a big thanks for the work that they do behind home plate. One and 2 the count to Ehart. The pitch is a fly ball out towards left field. Backtracking it to the track is Hoskins and pulls it down and 1 away. Sorry for the scoreboard being off. Goldston leads off. He grounded out his last time up, popped up in foul territory over at first base, and one pitch and another out is 2 away. So 2 on and 2 away. That brings in Alex Downing. Downing on an error his last time up. The A's have committed 3 errors in the ball game, 2 of those from Kane Carlos that were throwing errors to first base. Downing shows bunt, pulls it back, takes it for strike number 1. Down in the count, 0-1 is Downing. He singled and got on an error as the Rebels are completing their 3rd trip through the batting order. Radcliffe misses high and inside, evens the count at 1. 13 runs on 8 hits for the Rebels, 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 errors for the Dodge City A's. We're in the bottom of the 3rd, the A's trailing 13-2. Pitch is a called strike, catches the outer edge of the zone and has Downing down in the count 1-2. The starter, Andrade, went 1 inning. So he didn't get an out in the bottom of the 2nd. So he started the 2nd but did not get an out. Was tagged for 11 runs, 9 of them earned. Struck out 1 and walked 3. Pitch grounded to 3rd for Hoskins. Sorry, not Hoskins. That is Johnson, Makai Johnson at 3rd. So on the fielder's choice, everybody is safe. So in my book, it goes into as a fielder's choice. So that brings in Jordy Lopez. We're back at the top of the order. The Rebels starting their 4th trip through the batting order. He'll take a called strike, is down in the count 0-1. Lopez flew out his last time up, grounded to the shortstop Carlos. They'll go to 2nd for the out on the fielder's choice, and that'll send us to the top of the 4th. The A's trailing 13-2, and for the first time in the ball game, they have hung a 0 against the Newton Rebels. We'll be back in the top of the 4th after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Hidaka back on the mound as he delivers a strike to Silverio. Has him down in the count 0-1. Down in the count 0-2 is Silverio after he fouled one right at the press box, and the pitch misses inside from Hidaka, who has thrown 55. He's out for his now 4th inning of work. The pitch misses outside. Silverio batting .250 on the season for the Dodge City A's. A 2-2 delivery from Hidaka is chopped and will go foul. The count remains 2-2. Two again. Called strike, and that will be the first out of the inning. Well, the A's aren't going to catch up. They keep looking at third strikes. Brings up Paxton Huff. He hit a solo home run the last time he was up. Huff batting .220. Takes a called strike on the outer half. Finds himself down in the count 0-1. Rebels are playing their center fielder Humbles left. He's shaded about halfway between center and the left power alley. Huff sends that one foul back into the net. Downing in right field is shaded way in. There's a pretty big gap out there in right center field, but Huff will swing and miss and goes down on strikes for out number 2. The A's can ill afford to keep having unproductive outs. So that brings up Kevin Hammond. He hit into a line drive right at Dorsey his last time up. Hammond batting .276 on the season. Hidaka waves off a couple and has his sign. Delivers down low for ball 1. One-0 pitch. Hidaka, it's grounded back towards the shortstop. He misses it. So it will be not an easy one. Like, Smith was ranging on that one. I really want to score it as a hit. But it should have been a routine play as well. So the A's using the courtesy runner, and they'll go to Hammond will stay on as the Jayhawk does not play with a courtesy runner like the Rocky Mountain does. He threw over to first is not in time. Kai Johnson up. He's even in the count now at 1 after the swing and a miss. Johnson got caught looking his last time up. Doesn't have a batting record yet. It's a pitch from Hidaka misses outside, the first wild pitch from the Rebels, and that moves Hammond over to second. So the A's have another runner in scoring position now. They've stranded 2 here in the early part of the ball game. Two balls and 1 strike to count to Makai Johnson. He takes a high fly ball. It's headed out towards left field. Going, gone. Over the left field wall, and it's a 2-run shot for Makai Johnson. The A's are on the board, and they trail 13-4. A 2-run home run, his first home run as a Dodge City A. And the A's are slowly chipping away, down 13-4. Well, 3 of the 4 runs scored by the Dodge City A's have come from the long ball. And that brings in Devon Polk. Polk fouls off the first pitch he sees. He grounded out his last time up, down in the count 0-1. Polk, a 1,000 batting average. He's had 1 at-bat in his time as a Dodge City A. He normally serves as a pitcher, but came to Dodge City in hopes of getting some swings. So he'd like to serve as a DH when he goes back to North Central Texas College this fall. Count 1-1. Polk takes a low called strike 2. Nobody on now and 2 away. We're in the top of the 4th. Polk sends a high fly ball, and it's on the left field side and foul. So the count will remain 1-2. Hidaka now at 72 pitches in the ball game. The A's are starting to try to piece a few things together. They're down 9. Pitch, another foul ball to the left side. Count remains at 1-2. The 6th pitch of the at-bat coming despite the 1-2 count. One, two is fouled. He just barely makes contact with it. Gets enough of it to be a foul ball. Count remains 1-2, and Polk stays alive. 7th pitch at the at-bat now. Polk fouls off another one. 4 straight have been fouled off, and Hidaka has thrown 75 pitches in the ballgame. Count remains 1-2. Polk makes contact, grounds it at the shortstop Smith. The throw to first in time, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th. It is 13-4 in favor of the Newton Rebels. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. 1-0 count to Jalen Humbles, who leads off for the Newton Rebels. 2 doubles and a walk his night at the plate as he takes ball 2. Humbles is ahead in the count now. Radcliffe has thrown 42 pitches after coming in relief of the starter Andrade. Humbles takes a high fly ball, sends it to the right field side. And it is a long, loud strike number 1. Two for 2 is Humbles. So he takes low and inside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch called strike on the outside. Count runs full. Humble thought it was ball 4, but it was a called strike 3. We'll see the payoff pitch. Radcliffe delivers, and it's over Silverio's head. It'll roll out into shallow right center field for a leadoff single. Well, for the 4th inning in a row, the Rebels have gotten their leadoff on, and that brings in Jake Smith. One on with nobody out. Smith walked on the last time he was up. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Pitch high and inside for ball number 1. So after the completion of this game, we'll shut this stream down and come back with game 2 of the doubleheader. Be about 30 minutes after the completion of this game. Two balls and no strikes to count to Smith. The A's have pulled their middle infield in just a little bit, but the lined out into right, played off the hop by Huff. That puts runners on first and second, and for the 4th inning in a row, the Rebels get their first 2 on safely with nobody out. Neal down in the count, 0-1. He's 0 for 3. He flew out his last time up. Takes another pitch for a strike. Finds himself down in the count, 0-2. He was the first and third outs in the first inning. Was the final out of the last inning as well. No, he was a final out in the second inning. Pitch missed outside. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners on first and second for the Rebels with no outs as that pitch is fouled off. Count remains 1-2. Check swing. They say he did not go. It evens a count at 2 after they appealed down to the home or field umpire. The 2-2 delivery. Fouled. Just getting a piece of it to stay alive is Neal, and the count remains 2-2. 7th pitch at the at-bat coming. Just over the hour-and-a-half mark for this ball game. So I said hang tight. About 30 minutes after the completion of this game, we'll have first pitch of the second game of the doubleheader. The barrel of the bat broke. Piece of it splintered off, so add that one to the lumber pile, and count remains 2-2 after the broken bat that was added to the lumber pile. They're going to clean off home plate as it was getting rather covered. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming to Neal. 2 on and nobody out. Pitch misses low. The count runs full. So the payoff pitch, which is the 9th pitch at the at-bat. Payoff is fouled off. We'll see it over again. So after falling down in the count 2-1, 4 pitches have been fouled off. Payoff pitch part 2. It's a swing and a miss, and the first strikeout of the inning, and that is out number 1. Bring in Rayshon Dorsey, who singled the last time he was up. One away with 2 on for the Newton Rebels. First pitch to Dorsey. Grounded back up the middle, and that'll score a run as that puts runners on first and second on the RBI single from Dorsey.
To the plate for the Rebels, the catcher number 25, Casey Lowe.
So that'll bring in Casey Lowe. Lowe yet to record an at-bat as he's been hit by pitch and walked once. He's been hit by pitch twice, I should say. He'll take a pitch outside for ball number 1. Radcliffe misses low on that one. He's thrown 63 pitches in the ball game. That pitch goes out into left field. Hoskins there to haul that one down, and that's out number 2. So Lowe is retired for the first time.
To the plate for the Rebels, the first baseman, number 28, Caden Ehart.
So that'll bring in Caden Ehart. He's 2 for 3. He flew out the last time he was up. So the A's, they'll have 3 outs to work with in the top of the 5th, but if they don't score a run, the game will end in run rule fashion. The first pitch from Radcliffe misses high for ball number 1. Misses high and outside there. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch called strike, catches the outer part of the zone. Makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 away with 2 on, 1 run in. The Newton Rebels have scored in 3 of the 4 innings they've been at bat. Makes contact and sends it out into left field. The run coming home, the throw not in time. So that'll put runners on the corners now, and the Rebels lead at 15-4. Brings in Spencer Goldston. He is 0 for 2. He flew out his last time up. Radcliffe takes a look back. Goldston pops one up. Running out into center field, it'll drop. That scores another run, and runners on the corners again. Well, the A's are down 16-4, so they're going to have work to do if they want to stay in this ball game. Otherwise, it will end in run rule in the top of the 5th. That brings up Alex Downing. He pops one up, headed down the left field line, giving chase. Pulling it down is Zach Hoskins in foul territory. That'll send us to the top of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. 16 for Newton as Justin Cruz leads off for the Dodge City A's. Cruz fouls that one off. Hidaka has thrown 78 pitches in the ball game. Down in the count, 0-2 is Cruz. He's 0 for 1. He walked on the last time he was up. Back at the top of the order for the Dodge City A's. Hidaka misses outside. Cruz with 6 RBIs on the season. He'll send one to the third baseman. The throw to first in time for out number 1. Another unproductive out for the Dodge City A's. That'll bring in Kane Carlos, who is 0 for 2. He's flown out both times he's been at the plate. Once to the shortstop, once to the second baseman. Carlos with 5 RBIs on the season and steps in, trying to get something going for the Dodge City A's, who are down 16-4. The A's are in danger of dropping their second run rule loss. So he'll take ball 1. Stay tuned. We'll close out this broadcast after the completion of this game, and we'll come back with Game 2 in a completely different broadcast. So come back live after the completion of this one. Hidaka misses outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to Kane Carlos. The pitch. Carlos makes contact, gets it out into center field, and that'll drop in for a hit. It is the 4th hit of the game for the Dodge City A's. One on and 1 away for the A's. That brings in Zach Hoskins. Hoskins is 1 for 1. He doubled his last time up. A's down 16-4. This is a non-league contest, but it would drop the A's, if a loss, would drop the A's to 10-12 on the season. The pitch is fouled off. Hoskins drops in the count 0-1. Starting to approach the 2-hour mark. Pitch is called strike to Hoskins, who is down in the count 0-2. Hidaka takes a look over at first. Hoskins fouls that one to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. Another 0-2 pitch coming. Hoskins will go down on strikes for out number 2. 1 on and 2 away now for Ryan Buckley, who is 0 for 2. He flew out the last time he was up. Hoskins had 12 RBIs on the seasons. Buckley has 7. Pitch is a called strike. The throw down to second is not in time. The throw was almost there, but credit Kane Carlos with a stolen base. Coming into tonight's contest, the A's have stolen a total of 74 bases. Hoskins comes up empty on the swing. Finds himself down in the count 0-2. Hoskins makes contact. It's headed down the right field line, and right on the line making the catch is the first baseman Ehart, and that will end the ball game. We'll take a step aside and come back quickly with our post-game wrap-up. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, I guess instead of communicating with everybody else, they decided at the plate meeting that there is no run rule. So we enter the bottom of the fifth, and Down in the count, 0-1 is Smith as he'll foul that one off. Count 1-2 to Smith. Another run has scored in the bottom of the fifth. Rebels lead at 17-4.
Up next for your Rebels, the designated hitter. In the cleanup spot, number 8, Jeffrey Neal.
Jeffrey Neal steps up. There he is, over 40. That's a good pass. Hey, we gave 12 pitches back last strike.
Down in the count, 0-2 is Neal. He is 0 for 4. Got caught swinging his last time up. Grounds at Silverio at second. The throw to first in time for the final out. We're headed to the top of the sixth in this no-run rule game. Sorry about the confusion. That was not communicated to anyone except those on the field. So we'll be back with the top of the sixth after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. All right, Edwin Silverio set to lead off here in the top of the sixth inning of this seven-inning affair as he takes a pitch outside from the new pitcher, Colton Jones. The 1-1 pitch.
Just to let you fans know that this game would have normally been ended, but there was a predetermination at the beginning of the game, no run rule would be in effect for this contest, and we were playing it out through the 7 innings.
3 balls and 1 strike, the count to Silverio. He got caught looking his last time up. He'll draw the walk, and the A's have a runner aboard with nobody out. So that'll bring up Paxton Huff. Huff is 1 for 2, got caught swinging his last time up. Silverio, by the way, with 11 RBIs on the season. The pitch. First pitch to Huff is a strike on the inside half. Huff goes to the strike and is down in the count 0-2. Two balls, two strikes account to Huff. He'll go down swinging on the foul tip, and that is out number one. Brings up Kevin Hammond, who is 0 for 2. Got on an error his last time up. Hammond has driven in 3 RBIs this year. One away with one on for the Dodge City A's in the top of the 6th. So the predetermination is that they were going to play all 7 innings of this ball game. The A's down 17-4. Fake the throw to first. First pitch to Hammond misses high for ball number 1. Hammond works ahead in the count. Jones has thrown 11 pitches now. A pitch called strike. Evens a count at 1. Hammond comes up empty. Falls down in the count 1-2. One-two delivery coming from Jones. Misses high and outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, now we are approaching the 2-hour mark in this 7-inning affair. Top of the 6th, the A's trail 17-4. Pitch. Hammond fouls it off. Count remains full. Hammond grounds to the shortstop who misplays it. That puts runners on first and second with one away.
City next up, Mackay Johnson to the plate for the A's.
So that'll bring in Mackay Johnson. He hit a 2-run homer his last time up. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. A's with 2 on and 1 away. It was the second error of the ball game for the Newton Rebels as Jones misses outside with ball 1. Johnson's going to wear one on the back. He'll be hit by pitch, and that loads the bases for the Dodge City A's. To bring in Devin Polk at the bottom of the order. So Polk steps up. He's grounded out twice. Once to short and once to first. Polk does not have any RBIs on the season. Mekhi Johnson has one already. The pitch misses high and outside for ball one. So the A's with bases loaded and one away. They're threatening here, down 17-4. I'd like to see the A's get something out of this opportunity. We've seen it before, loaded up and not get anything. You do have to be wary of the double play ball. Jones misses outside again, and the count's 2 balls and no strikes. So after a short mound visit, we'll go back to work with Devon Polk, who is 0 for 2 in the ball game. 2 ground outs for him. Polk will step in and we'll go back to work. Looks ahead in the count, 2-0. The pitch. Makes contact. It's a fly ball out into the left center gap and will go to the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. Getting the wave around home is Johnson. The throw home, not in time, and the A's score 3 on the bases clearing double from Devon Polk. So a 3 RBI double for Polk, and the A's have answered back. They trail 17-7. So we'll go back to the top of the order with Justin Cruz, who is 0 for 2. He grounded out the last time he was up. Cruz will take a called strike. Cruz, another called strike on the outer edge. Cruz, a .643 on-base percentage for the Dodge City A's. Pitch misses high. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch coming. A's have scored 3 here in the top of the 6th. A trail by 10. Cruz makes contact, sends it out towards the left center gap. Played in front of the track. That'll score a run. And trading places is Cruz. He's in with another double. So that'll bring up Kane Carlos now. Carlos is 1 for 3, singled the last time he was up. Carlos, .446 on base percentage. (17-8) now in favor of the Rebels as Jones delivers a called strike and gets Carlos down in the count 0-1. 1 away for the Dodge City A's. The 0-1 to Carlos is another called strike. Well, Justin Cruz was down in the count 0-2. The 0-2 delivery coming. This is inside and makes it 1-2. 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and now 4 in the sixth for the A's. That is their 8 runs on 6 hits. They've committed 4 errors, but stranded 3 so far. Grounded at the third baseman. They'll look Cruz back, and that is the ground out on the 5-3, but Cruz able to advance to third, and now 2 away. So that'll bring up Zach Hoskins again. Hoskins got caught swinging his last time up. 2 away for the Dodge City A's and a runner at third. First pitch, Hoskins takes a strike on the outer half. He's down in the count 0-1. Hoskins takes a pitch high and outside. Evens the count at 1. Hoskins sends one towards the second baseman, grabbing it, making the throw to first in time. That'll end the inning, and we're headed to the bottom of the 6th. The A's trail 17-8. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Rayshawn Dorsey is leading off for the Newton Rebels in the bottom of the 6th. Even in the count at 1 apiece, Matt Perez back on the mound after taking over. He misses outside, makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Dorsey grounds it up the middle, fielded by Silverio. The throw to first, not even close.
Up next for your Rebels, the catcher, number 25, Casey Lowe.
So that'll bring in Casey Lowe. This is the 14th hit of the ball game for the Rebels. That pitch is fouled back. Haslow down in the count 0-1. Matt Perez is on the mound, another non-pitcher for the Dodge City A's, as He'll deliver a strike low and gets low down in the count 0-2. Pitch misses from Perez is ball one. Pitch is fouled off. Count remains 1-2. 6 combined errors between the two teams here in this ball game. A stolen base for Dorsey and a full count now for Lowe, who is 0 for 1. Lowe flew out the last time he was up. Payoff pitch coming from Perez. Dorsey gets a lead off of second. Grounded to the third baseman, Mackay. They throw to first for the out. So for the
Up next for your Rebels, the first baseman, number 28, Caden Ehart.
well, for the second time now, the Rebels find themselves with one away and one on. Ehart with a first pitch ball. Singled the last time he was up. Two balls and no strikes account to Ehart. He's 3 for 4 in the ball game, 2 singles and a double. The pitch. This is low from Perez. Ehart's ahead in the count 3-0. The 3-0. It is a 4-pitch walk, and that puts runners on first and second. So that'll bring in Spencer Goldston. He singled his last time up. He's been hit by pitch once. 1 for 3 in the ball game. The pitch, Goldston makes contact, sends it out into left center field. Played off the hop. The throw home. It could be close, but it won't be. The throw down to third. And they get Ehart.
Up next for the Rebels, the right fielder, number 11, Alex Downing.
So that'll bring up Alex Downing, who is 1 for 4, flew out the last time he was up. Takes a pitch. Downing makes contact, sends it out into center field, and getting the wave home, and the throw not in time.
Brought to you in part by our friends at Union State Bank. Your money is always safe with us. Union State Bank, under FDIC.
So that'll bring in Jordy Lopez back at the top of the order again as he'll take a ball outside. Works himself ahead in the count 1-0. Newton has scored in every half inning except the third. It was the 9-run first that has propelled this ball game in favor of the Newton Rebels, who lead at 19-8. Pitch was fouled off. Evens a count at 1. A's are down by 11. They've been back and forth in what would have been a run rule that should have ended in the 5th, but the coaching staffs agreed to not play by a run rule in this one. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Pitch called strike on the inside edge. It evens a count at 2. Lopez makes contact. It's a fly ball out into left center field and pulled down for the final out of the inning, and we're headed to the top of the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Ryan Buckley leads off. We're in the top of the 7th. Buckley ahead in the count, 2-0. He'll come up empty on the swing. It makes it 2-1. Buckley's 0 for 3. He flew out the last time he was up. The A's had got to score 11 if they want to extend this ball game. Well, the count runs full. It's Ryan Buckley, a bite of sprained an ankle. Buckley's 0 for 3. He flew out the last time he was up. We'll go back to work. The pitch is fouled off. Count remains full. New pitcher on the mound is Lakin Franz. Buckley makes contact, sends it out to right field and on the hop. So the A's will have their runner aboard. That'll bring up Edwin Silverio. So the A's might be electing to send a pinch runner in, and they will. It'll be Jade Moreno. So that brings in Edwin Silverio. He is 0 for 2. He walked on the last time he was up. Down in the count, 0-1 is Silverio. Silverio swings at a high ball, what should have been ball 2, but it is strike 2 now as he comes up empty. 1-2 pitch. Silverio pops it up, tracking it on the infield, and pulling it down is the first baseman, Ehart, for out number 1. That'll bring up Paxton Huff. He struck out on a foul tip his last time up. One away for the A's. So he'll take a called strike. Strike 2 called. Pitch just misses. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Franz delivers low and inside and evens a count at 2. Huff fouls that one off. It'll go back and out of play. Count remains 2-2. There's already been 1 broken window here at the ballpark tonight. Huff takes a pitch low. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Payoff pitch from Franz is a called strike, and that will be the second out of the inning as Huff goes down on strikes for the second time. 2 away for the Dodge City A's.
The catcher, number 34, Kevin Hammond.
Brings up Kevin Hammond. He's been on twice on errors. He's 0 for 3 in the ball game, though. Hammond fouls that one up the first baseline for strike number 1.
Coach Hines is going to pay it forward and before the game next time.
The 0-1 fouled off again. Down in the count, 0-2 is Hammond. The A's are 1 out away from surrendering their second game in a row in double-digit fashion. The 0-2 pitch coming from Franz. Back-to-back have been fouled off. He misses outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, I can say it officially this time. Join us 30 minutes after the completion of this game for Game 2 of this doubleheader. The pitch outside again. The count runs to 2-2. It's Deuces Wild across the top of the scoreboard. So we'll be back about 30 minutes after the completion of this game with Game 2 of the doubleheader. Hammond drives one to the shortstop. They'll throw to first. That'll complete the out and completes the ball game. The A's drop it 19-8 to the Newton Rebels. We'll be back shortly with a quick post-game wrap-up. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back in to Klein Scott Field as the A's drop their second game in a row in double-digit fashion. Tomohiro Hidaka gets the win for the Newton Rebels. Jaden Andrade will take the loss for the Dodge City A's. The A's drop it 19-8. It is 19 runs, 16 hits, 2 errors. They strand 9 do the Newton Rebels in the win. Your Dodge City A's, 8 runs on 7 hits, 4 errors. They strand 5. The A's would score 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 4 in the sixth for their 8 runs. Let's take a look at the scoring summary really quick for your Dodge City A's. Paxton Huff had hit a solo home run in the second to get the A's on the board, but they would be trailing 9-1 at that point. In the third, it would be a Justin Cruz walk. He would come around and score on a Zach Hoskins double. Then in the fourth, Kevin Hammond would get on. He would get on an E6. It was bobbled play. And then Mekhi Jones would come up and hit a 2-run home run over the left field wall. It was a long ball that propelled the A's offense early, but it was too little too late. Then in the sixth, the A's would get a leadoff walk for Edwin Silverio. A Kevin Hammond error again. Mekhi Jones would be hit by pitch and load the bases. Devon Polk with a big 3 RBI double, I should say, that cleared the bases. And that would be the scoring for the Dodge City A's. Devon Polk would score as Justin Cruz would come up and hit a double that scored Polk. So the A's drop game 1 of the doubleheader 19-8. We'll be back here in about 25 minutes with game 2 of this doubleheader. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. I am Justin Hergert saying farewell for this one. Come back. We'll be back in about 25 minutes with game 2.